Ahoy, morning breathers. Welcome to Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Finally Wednesday.
Hump day.
It's hump day.
Hump day.
Glad to be with you, everybody, this morning. If you're on Facebook right now, remember our comments are on YouTube, on our YouTube channel.
Yep, Cindy's already in on YouTube. Ahoy,
So-
Cindy.
We're getting things figured out. I know there's not much figuring on our side. We
There's-
just
yeah.
put up a different screen, don't we?
That's just a different screen. Paula's there. Actually, the Facebook comments are easy to read, but it's okay. So Paula's here. Cindy's here. Got a couple in already early on.
You know, pretty soon, Boss Man Matt will be looking at that, and it'll be easy.
I know, it just makes sense. We've just been looking at Facebook comments for over a year now, so
281 episodes we did.
exactly.
281 times we looked at that screen.
I know. You know, it's like
Old
losing.
habits.
It's like losing a friend, but it's okay. They're Facebook changing up things, and so we're going to change up things too.
We can change.
We can change. We can
Pliable.
adapt.
We're pliable.
Flexible.
We are. So as I said, it's Wednesday. We have Boss Man Matt with us, of
Oh,
course.
hoy skipper.
Ahoy. And SPP in the house.
Ahoy, Skipper.
Boy, to you, my lad. Had a little soccer game last night.
Yeah,
Boys.
Peter. I can't speak for Peter, but I'm guessing he's like me. We're dragging a little bit today.
I'm pretty tired, yeah.
The
Did it go kind of late?
well, it went kind of late because we had a 1 hour lightning delay.
We had a doubleheader lightning delay.
Yes, so we had a correct.
So you're just getting in from, you just got unpacked from the soccer game.
I think I walked out of the building before Peter did last night. After we came back, set everything back up, and it was after 10 o'clock. I can tell you that. And then Peter still had to drive home.
Well, in solidarity with you, I stayed up late last night as well.
Well, there you go.
I just wasn't outside.
Yeah, well, we were.
I was thinking about you when I heard the thunder.
Well, fortunately, they have the city built a nice new shed, or concession stand, restrooms, all that out at the wellness park, and it had a little storage area, and we were able to set up in there, which was kept us out of the rain, which was good. It was not ideal. The sight lines weren't great
Couldn't
and
see
whatever,
very good.
but our equipment didn't get wet, or
That's good.
at least Peter's equipment. The cameras were kind of out. We had to improvise some stuff there, so we had some first game glitches, but a lot of it was out of our control. I mean, the weather, we can't control that, and
Yet.
and so there's a few things we still gotta work out, but we'll get there.
Well, I watched a little bit of it and made a comment last night.
I think I saw that.
I was able to watch the only goal. I don't know what the girls' game ended up.
2-0.
It was 2-0.
But I saw the first goal, so I watched that much of it. She just drilled that thing too, and it was it was probably kind of nice because the wind was blowing and all the actions kind of stayed at one end, didn't it?
I think so, yeah.
That's the way it looked. I didn't remember seeing. I don't know a lot about soccer, but it didn't look to me like the ball ever crossed the midpoint, whatever you call that in soccer. Mm-hmm. Maybe once or twice while I watched for 10 minutes.
Right. It did some. The guys' game was a little more exciting.
I didn't watch the guys at
Right.
all.
Yeah, the guys' game ended up 3-2 for the Columbus. Columbus won.
Because it was a 2-1 lead for Washington, and then we had that hour-long lightning delay, and Columbus just found the offense.
They just needed a little rest.
Yeah, and they found it. They scored 2 goals in like a minute.
Yeah, I think I put it on the end graphic. It was 2 goals within 45 seconds of
Right.
each other.
Wow.
That ended up being the decider.
We went to sleep for a moment.
Yeah. So, but anyway, it was good. It was a good first outing. We figured some things out yesterday that we'll put into place tomorrow.
There was one scene while I was watching, so I saw a lot happen where a girl was running after the ball and almost ran into the camera.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
It was pretty cool because she just stopped and smiled and went about her way right in front of the camera. So it was good job. I could kind of see, and I couldn't see the players. I don't know them.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's just not. There's no press box, so we kind of had to just improvise.
Yeah.
But we did the best we could with what we had.
I think a press box would be good out there for that.
It would. There's yes. That's all I'll say about that. Yes.
That's Peter's line.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yes.
Yes. I stepped on your line, Peter. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You spoke for the both of us.
That's what Peter says, boss man. Well, very good. I'm glad that's underway, and you got a few more matches to go.
Turn around tomorrow night again.
I think Williamsburg is up next.
Yes.
Well,
Yes. I did it
Interesting.
again.
maybe I'll try and. I have trouble watching soccer. I don't fully understand it.
Yeah, there's I don't either. I don't fully understand either. There's a few things, there's offsides and there's some penalties. It's like, and then sometimes those games. I mean, there's people smashing into each other and just like in the pro soccer that you see, people get hit and then they just lay on the ground for a while and it just
it hurt.
It hurt. Yeah, it hurt. So
Dang it.
it's kind of rough and tumble.
Well, there's a lot of running there, and
A lot of running.
sometimes you're running full speed, and you got your attention to where that ball is or where it's going. That's where you want to be, right?
Yep.
And somebody might think otherwise.
Well,
I'm going there too.
yeah. If you ever watch little kids play soccer, I mean, like real little kids play soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just stand in a big scrum in the middle of the field and kick each other in the shins. That's basically what it amounts to.
Well, I'm going to get my first taste of that this Sunday.
Yeah, it's just a lot of shin kicking.
I was pretty certain that I had the conversation with the kids. No grandkids are playing soccer, right? Because I don't know about this.
Right.
And we all agreed there would be no soccer. Yet just the other day, I got a soccer schedule. So I'm going to put my happy face on, and I'm going to
Go watch some
I'm
soccer.
going to go watch some 4-year-olds play soccer.
Right. So it's fun. I don't know.
It's always fun
yeah.
to watch the little ones. And it won't last. It can't last long. I don't know how long it'll be. I'm going to learn about it.
Yep, you'll figure it out. Let us know.
And maybe she'll be the best soccer player since Mia Hamm.
There you go. There's a good bull. Now name another one.
Pele.
Exactly.
How about that?
You went back to the 70s, but okay.
Well, you said you weren't specific. I thought I did well, and then I don't know anybody else. I've heard of him. Oh, he married a Spice Girl,
Beckham.
David Beckham.
David Beckham. See, I know some.
Yeah. Denise says, I watched part of it and then thought there were a lot of commercials, so she switched over to TV. So, yeah, we did have a 1-hour rain delay, and we had to run some commercials. We couldn't fill up an hour of space.
You needed me,
Yeah, exactly. We could have done a morning breath show in the middle of it.
but we could have called it Sunset.
The Sunset show. Sunset Soccer Show.
I could have come out.
So we ran a lot of commercials, and then Peter came up with a good graphic and said rain delay at some point and caught a big lightning bolt, I think, right?
I think we got a couple, yeah.
Yeah, in our camera. So Peter's on it.
Very good. Successful first soccer match, telecast, video cast, whatever you call that.
We got it. We got her done. We'll improve as we go.
Good. Excellent. Well, let's say the Southeast Iowa Video Network is sponsored by KCTC.
Thank you, Casey.
It's Casey and all the gang over at KCTC. And the Morning Breath crew, the three of us this morning, gentlemen, we are sponsored, of course, by Hy-Vee and Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, Willie.
Willie.
It's Willie. All the gang. On all the Hy-Vees and Hy-Vee Fast and Freshes. I was all set to go to the City Council's, City of Washington's budget hearing last night on, the tax asking. All the information I had in front of me, the meeting started at 6 o'clock. I was wrong.
Really?
Yeah.
When did it
It
start?
started at 5:30.
Oh,
So needless, I don't, you know me, I'd love to talk about politics sometimes and things that aren't so smiley. But I was mildly upset that it was put out to everybody that the meeting was at 6 o'clock. And I got there and
in full
I
swing.
was told, well, that meeting already happened.
Oh, it was
You're
over.
welcome- Yeah, you're welcome to stay. But we won't be talking about it. So I missed my opportunity to express my thoughts on property taxes in the city of Washington.
You're all in favor of them, I'm sure, right?
I love them.
That big, high property taxes.
The bigger the better.
Just pay the man. Just pay the man.
Well, I don't need to go into a lot of that, but just like the government gets too big. We have 2.3 million government employees or something like that. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of people to run this place.
It is a lot.
So I'm okay if I'm sorry you lose your job, folks, but a lot of people got buyouts. That was probably a good thing. Mm-hmm. So
speaking of a lot of money, Forbes put out their new billionaires list.
Saw that.
So number one's not really a surprise.
None of them are.
Well,
really.
Not really. But Elon's number one. The surprising part is that he is $126 billion ahead of number two. Mm-hmm. He has $342 billion. Yeah. Now,
I think he's lost some.
Yeah, look, these guys have plenty of pocket cash. We're not pretending like they don't, but a lot of that's on paper, right? I mean, own this and stock prices and determines their value. But so they got plenty of pocket cash. But Zuckerberg was number two, beat out Bezos.
I'll be darned.
I know. Zuckerberg has $216 billion, and he's 40 years old for what it's worth. Jeff Bezos, number three at $215 billion. Larry Ellison of Oracle, $192 billion. Bernard Arnault from France has $178 billion. Warren Buffett, $154 billion. And then Larry Page and Sergey Brin.
Warren Buffett's all cash.
Yeah, he's cash.
He went all cash. He liquidated.
But he's got $154 billion $1 bills.
That's a lot of safe deposit boxes.
That is a lot of safe deposit
Where
boxes.
does he keep all that? He must have a lot of California kings.
Yeah. He's got a lot of, chests underground.
Yeah, a lot of holes buried.
A lot of holes buried in his backyard.
So, and then Steve Ballmer from Microsoft is number 10. He's ahead of Bill Gates, but Bill Gates is giving away a lot of his, I think. But number one, or the top Iowan, as it has been for a long time, Harry Stein, $10.2 billion.
Oh, the Stein seed guy.
Yeah, Stein Seeds. He's the number one Iowan, but he is number 264 on the list of billionaires.
It's kind of cool to be just in the top 500.
It is. Well, I went through the list. I think there's like 2,000 billionaires or something. I mean, there's a lot of billionaires. Oh, no, 3,028. According to Forbes, 3,028 billionaires in the world. Combined worth of $16.1 trillion. America has the most. 18 of the top 25 billionaires live in the
That's one of
United
those
States.
lists where even if you're 3,000th,
yeah, exactly,
probably feeling pretty good.
If you're 3,000th, you still have $1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
You know what they say? The first billion's always the hardest.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
I mean, millionaires.
Yeah.
You did that 1,000 times.
There's a couple of names on there. I went through kind of quick, but a couple of names. Bruce Springsteen's a billionaire.
I'll be darned.
Jerry Seinfeld's a billionaire.
Huh.
Steven Spielberg and George Lucas both have like $5 billion. There's some money out there.
There's some money. What is it? I guess they got to pass it all down.
Just go somewhere. They can pass it to me if they
I
want.
don't want to be the richest guy in the cemetery.
Exactly.
I don't. I'm going to spend the holy hell out of it.
You earned it, spend it, right?
Unless I'm on that billionaire list, which I don't see happening.
Yeah, I'm a long ways from making the number 3,000 spot on that, but
it doesn't hurt to dream. It just doesn't. All right, soccer's out of the way. We got basketball's coming up this weekend.
Yep, Final Four Saturday,
Monday,
Monday, and then the women's Final Four Sunday, Tuesday. I don't know.
Is it Sunday, or is it Thursday,
I kind of
Saturday?
think they're Friday, Sunday.
Friday, Sunday.
Oh, they go before men all of a sudden?
I think so. I might be wrong, but I think so.
Tuesday.
I still think it'll be good to watch.
Yeah. Well, there's some, UConn, South Carolina.
It's really hard to bet against South Carolina, but
Yeah, I think UConn's pretty tough too.
UConn's pretty good.
You're right, Matt. Friday, Sunday.
Okay.
So this Friday.
So we have 4 days of some good
Some
games of
hoops.
basketball.
Some hoops.
I noticed I didn't watch any of it. That thing out in Vegas was going on for the men.
That Crown tournament. Yeah, I haven't watched it either.
I didn't watch any of it.
No, apparently those guys, which is fine, but the Crown is like Fox's attempt to get into the basketball market because ESPN has all the other stuff all wrapped up. So Fox is like, well, we'll have our own tournament. So they're paying players and they're paying whatever.
There you go.
But
Didn't Iowa get invited to that? Or was
There
that
was
a lie?
talk of it.
There's
Yeah.
talk of it? Okay.
There's talk that they could, and then Beth Getz says, yeah, we're not going anywhere.
I think our AD says, yeah, we ain't going anywhere.
No.
I think we fired our head coach and probably backed off pretty quick.
Yeah. So
Fair enough.
Dang it, I had something I was going to say about it. Oh, yeah, I read the NFL. It's not basketball, but it's still sports. NFL made some changes. Some rule changes, but they weren't, what I was reading was not specific. Some rule changes about the kickoff, which I think is the craziest damn thing ever.
it still weirds me out every time I see him do a kickoff. It's like, what is happening?
All that done for me is just made the commercials longer.
The one rule I did like that they changed, though, was they changed the overtime rules to where both team gets the ball, but it's also a shorter time. So teams really only get one possession with the
Right.
amount of time that they have.
Right.
And they should each get a possession. That's always been kind of a coin flip.
Right.
That was never really all that fair. So that is a good change, SPP. Good call.
You're welcome.
They
They're
were
also-
talking about going to 18 games.
Oh, I don't know.
But that,
I think that's more of a CBA thing than a rule change thing. I don't remember when that runs out. I think it's every like 5 years or something.
For the what now?
The collective bargaining agreement.
Okay.
They're also talking about getting rid of the tush push.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Don't like that they're getting rid of it, or don't like that
No,
it's there
I
in
don't
the
like
first
that
place?
they use it.
Well, they didn't, and then they did, and now they're talking about not.
Yeah, it used to be, it was illegal. You couldn't do that. And then it was all fine and dandy. Could you imagine how many touchdowns Chicago Bears would have scored with the fridge back there?
Refrigerator Perry, if he could have just ran into the back of the quarterback and
Yeah.
threw him into the end zone.
I just don't care for it. But I've said it before. I'll say it again. The NFL has kind of lost its luster with me over the years.
Well,
it's not that important.
I think if you have a sport like the NFL that's violent and it's great, but it's violent and tough, if you have anything called a tush push, just to get rid of it.
Counterproductive.
Just get rid of it.
Okay. 7:32, Peter. We need to hit some buttons and take a break.
We do.
All right, right back.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics, providing quality health care that puts you first. Whether during a hospital stay, seeing a primary care provider for wellness exams or sick visits, minor surgery to a total joint replacement, or recovering from an injury, we're here when you need us.
More than you expect for your health care. Washington County Hospital and Clinics.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you with a flexible financing you need to install that all-season room or remodel your kitchen with a home equity line of credit. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
Ahoy, morning breathers. Welcome back to Wednesdays. Happy Wednesday.
Happy hump day.
It's hump day. Raining.
It is raining.
I need
gonna
my
rain.
umbrella.
It's going to rain this morning. Get windy this afternoon.
My son texted me. He said he had a bulk wind blow over. Did the wind blow hard last night?
There were storms overnight. There was some big thunder rolled it through in the middle of the night sometime.
Yeah, I didn't sleep good. I heard a lot of it, and whatever I had for supper didn't agree with me because I was just rolling.
Yeah, I was standing in the rain. I win.
Well, were you running a camera?
For a while.
Oh gosh.
Not the whole time, but for a while.
I'm certainly glad I didn't have the opportunity to turn you down because I'm not doing it.
Well, I had camera people there. We had Nikki G was there and Aubrey was there, and they were running the camera, and they were doing a great job. And then we got the rain delay, and we weren't sure if they're actually going to restart, which they did. But then I just said, "You guys go home," and so then I ran the camera for the rest of it, which turned out to be like 3/4 of the game. But we got her done. We got her done.
Very good.
So should shout out a few people. We got
We need to say hello.
Yeah, Denise is here. Jeff's here. Iowa Farm Mama, which I'm 99% sure is Rachel. She's here. My mom's here. Paula, Denise. And so I kind of have an eye on Facebook, even though we're not monitoring the Facebook comments anymore.
Using your handy dandy phone
And using
stand,
my
by the
phone.
way.
I know. Using my phone. So, Jimmy, we're switching over to YouTube comments.
Come on, Jimmy.
I still got you on Facebook. He's checked in. And Diane.
Is Jimmy talking to himself?
Well, he kind of. Well, no, Diana Harvey's in there too.
Okay.
Diana Hartman, and she's. There's something coming up for that. Diana's promoting something, so we'll talk about that in a little bit. But Jimmy says Mr. Buffett is the man. Warren Buffett.
Oh, Buffett. Yeah. I call him Buffet.
Buffet.
Actually, I don't.
Yeah. So here's a story I ran across.
I want to hear it.
Thai Bistro Bar in Evansville, Indiana.
They've been known for their Thai
Yeah.
for a lot of years.
Yeah, I
So
hear
I've
it's
heard.
good.
So I've heard.
Well, their kitchen grease trap plugged up and started to overflow, which happens.
Do you know anything about grease traps?
No, but I've seen stories enough to know that they're kind of gross. You don't really want to clean them out very bad.
Nor fall in it or anything like
right,
that.
right. Well, theirs plugged and started to overflow. So they called Hebron Plumbing to come fix the block. Mm-hmm. And so Hebron Plumbing showed up and cleaned it out. And then 3 days later, it happened again.
Well, this is becoming a problem.
So there's a problem. So the owner of this, Sanders, the owner of the restaurant, called the plumber back. This time he said, "Hey, it's an emergency. You need to get here." Well, there's Jimmy. He got us over here on YouTube.
Jimmy. All we had to do is chastise him. a
Yeah,
little.
exactly.
He'll come over.
Hi, Jimmy. So he said it's an emergency. So Hebron Plumbing came back for a second job, and then the restaurant received a bill for double what the first amount was. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's an emergency.
It's because it was an emergency. And he said the exact same work was done twice, but the second time we were charged nearly double. The first bill was $235, which is pretty cheap, really. And the second was $390.
Oh, the humanity.
And so he refused to pay the second one.
Oh, that's not going to end well.
So after refusing to pay the second bill, restaurant surveillance cameras showed the plumber returning the next morning to reclog the pipes.
Yep.
The following day, we received a text message saying that he's on our property, Sanders said. He put a balloon into our grease trap, and he's not going to remove it until we pay.
Oh.
So the text exchange between the parties showed the restaurant owners were given about an hour to pay their bill before the plumber would leave for the weekend. The restaurant owner called police to the bistro to mediate. With officers on scene and the bill paid, Hebron Plumbing removed the balloon, and the Evansville Police Department said these types of matters are normally settled in small claims court.
No, that's almost a civil
But
matter.
Hebron said he didn't want to go that route and instead took matters into his own hands. Reclog it.
There you have it. They clean that stuff out. It goes into a tank usually. You have to kind of pump that stuff out. Well, they don't always dump that tank immediately.
It's got to smell horrible.
Well, it's not the bad. Like hog manure is way worse in my mind.
Okay. All right. I'll give you that.
But grease trap grease is for a while. That was I thought I was going to have a job at that.
But it needs to get done. Somebody's got to do it.
It was a grease trap maintenance where I had this pump that would pump a bacteria in there that was specifically designed, this bacteria, to eat grease. And so it would keep that grease from building up as much, or keep it softer. But
Okay.
turned out it was a big deal in Florida, not so much in Iowa.
Well, didn't some people like use that grease and like power their cars and do?
Yeah, you could.
Yeah,
Just collecting it,
not for me.
you know. There's better ways to make a living, which I determined that rather quickly.
Well, I told you about my days at the pork processing facilities, and I'm no longer there. I've had my fill.
I get it.
Yeah.
You ever just want to go down to Tyson just for the hell of it?
No.
And say, yeah, I remember those days.
Nope, I don't. I was at Hormel for 9 months and at IBP for another 6 months. So 14, 15 months total.
Learned all you needed to learn.
Saw plenty of pigs. Saw the insides of plenty of pigs. I'm good.
Yep,
Saw hot dogs being made. I'll still eat them.
that's good. Yeah. I can't argue because I'll eat a hot dog.
Yeah,
I just try not to think about it.
yeah. It's not as bad as you think, but
I'll go with it. I'll go with you, Matt.
yeah. Well, I'm bouncing. Sorry. Yeah,
I was gonna bounce.
yeah. So anyway, it's all good.
Where are you bouncing to?
Oh, Jimmy joined us on Facebook, on YouTube, but before that, he had to do a partying salvo on Facebook. He just says, "I will have to make the switch," and then he made the switch. So good for you, Jimmy.
Here we go. Don't forget, Jimmy. That's where we're at.
Yeah,
We've been on Facebook a long time, and we're still there.
still there.
But we can only comment on one.
Yes.
741. Geez, I feel like we really, well, I don't know, we've been all over the place, but this show went really quick for some reason. 741. We gotta take another break so we can get set for the day.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
Bring the kids, share the memories, celebrate 75 years of traditions at the Midwest Old Threshers Reunion. Relive the magic of steam engines, antique cars, and trucks, tractors, gas engines, and horses. Whether it's your first visit or a cherished tradition, you'll enjoy the delicious foods, the thrill of an Old West shootout, and the excitement of nightly grandstand entertainment. For 75 years, this has been the place where memories are made at the 2025 Midwest Old Threshers Reunion, August 28th through September 1st in Mount Pleasant, Iowa. Visit oldthreshers.com for more details.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
Ahoy, morning breathers. Welcome back. Day 2 of being on YouTube comments. So it's going well. Most of you have made the trek over. Don't forget to, I think you can still thumbs up or like and
Yeah.
whatever.
You can't. I've seen. I don't know how it all works yet. I'm still figuring it out. But I'm seeing little hearts float around in the comments over there. I don't know what that means. Assume somebody likes it.
Or you're locked in February.
Yeah, it's something.
days.
I don't know. So you can do some things. YouTube's, you know, it's not some obscure app in the
I read
corner
something
somewhere.
that YouTube overtook some major, or maybe that was Netflix that overtook some major. But it's big.
It is big. So the one thing I heard was that YouTube is the second largest search engine behind Google.
Maybe that's what I was, and maybe you said that already.
I don't know. Anyway, no,
There's a lot of things that come out of our mouth that there's no honking way anybody could remember.
I very, very, very rarely go back and watch our shows, but when I do, sometimes it's like, huh?
What was that?
What was
I've
that?
done the same thing. I thought, there's no way I talk like that.
Yeah, well, we do.
By God, I did. Hey, let's get set for the day, shall we?
Sure. Let's get set for the day. Time is 7:45 a.m. It is the second day of April, and this is episode 283. 283. Temperature right now in Fairfield 50, Mount Pleasant 51, and Washington 49. Showers and thunderstorms right now as we speak.
High of 72?
High of 72.
I don't think it'll ever get that warm today, will it?
Well, it's going to get windy, so we'll see. As soon as it stops raining, it's going to get windy, and then we're going to hit 72. But then 39 for a low.
The golf course opened yesterday.
Did it? Mm-hmm. Did you go?
Well, no. I didn't know it was open. I wasn't getting emails.
Also, yesterday would have been a pretty miserable day to go.
It would have.
Today's headlines from SoutheastIowaUnion.com. Fairfield Art Walk to feature photographers, student artists. Henry County supervisors reject changes to the general assistance policy. And Washington Wise Men's and Women's Club are celebrating 100 years of existence.
That's a great story.
It is.
I don't know if Caitlin's going to do anything more on that, but I think that would be a great piece for him to write on.
Yeah.
Because there was a little blip.
Yep, there was in yesterday's paper. And then they're having a live after 5 tonight.
Yeah.
From 4 to 6 p.m. at the Washington Y. And if you haven't been to the new Washington Y, I mean, and the Wise Men's and Women's help with that process, it's a great facility. So
It's a spectacular facility.
So anyway, Wise Men's and Women's Club celebrate 100 years tonight with a live after 5, 4 to 6 p.m. I think the ribbon cutting's at 5 p.m.
Yep, I think you're right. And they are the last remaining Wise Men's and Women's Club in the state.
There you go.
A little, I killed some of the story, but
That's
it's still kind of cool.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
We remain.
Yep, 100 years. Sports tonight, there are none. No high school
That was
sports.
quick.
None.
Got through that pretty quick.
This day in history, on this day in 1992, American organized crime boss John Gotti was convicted on 13 criminal counts, including the murder of Paul Castellano and others, racketeering and obstruction of justice, and was sentenced to life in prison.
He couldn't be the boss with Paul sitting up there.
Well, it's actually more than that. This will not surprise you, but I watched a documentary about about all the 5 families in New York. And anyway, he didn't like Castellano, who was the boss, because his guy that Gotti worked for got passed over as boss. And so he was kind of mad that his guy didn't get the boss. And so anyway, he killed Castellano.
You take matters in your own hands.
And he did.
In that line of work.
And he was also the first one. Most of these gangsters like to kind of stay out of the spotlight and kind of go underground. Gotti, not so much.
He was well liked in the public.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. But he went to jail in 1992, and he died in 2002 at the age of 61.
Oofta.
Yeah. So his life in prison was only 10 years. But he did die in Missouri. And for a New York mobster, being in Missouri, even at a prison, has got to be like, where am I? Where am I?
Yeah.
What is happening?
Send me back to the city.
What is happening here? Random joke, random quote, random fact.
SPP?
We did a quote yesterday. Let's do a joke.
It's time for a joke. I'm glad you went that way.
Mm-hmm.
Why, oh why, are pigs bad drivers?
I don't know.
Because they hog the road.
Yeah. They've been known to do that. You can't move them.
Yeah. All the jokes can't be winners.
That's not a bad one.
So there you go.
Today's takeaway, Peter.
Cow manure smells worse than a grease trap.
It does. Actually, cow manure does and hog manure does.
Oh, hog manure, that's what it was.
Any manure.
I was gonna say.
Any in the manure line would be bad.
I expect my manure smells as bad, too.
Okay.
There's
I
a new
don't,
takeaway.
I don't know where to go with that. All right, Tim's takeaway.
I'd get off that pretty quick.
So my takeaway is even being number 3,000 on the billionaires list is still okay.
I can live with that.
You could still live with that.
You could live with that. It's $1 billion. You literally could.
You literally could.
Indeed. My takeaway is that it's what is obviously obvious. Anything with tush in it should not be in any way, shape, matter, or form be in the NFL.
Agreed. Jeff says, nice laugh track, SPP. You must be putting a laugh track under.
I did throw a laugh track on the, random joke.
I wanted one of those. I wish we had I don't know if we'll ever upgrade to we all get aware of those things or not.
We will
we
someday.
Can do it.
I keep talking about it.
Do we have to be on a delay?
No.
Because is there a delay?
For me, it is, so I can hear what's on the computer. But if you plug in straight to here, it'll be live.
Part of the problem is first of all, we're running out of headphones. They keep breaking on us. But second of all, we want headphones with microphones on it, so we don't have to do headphones and the microphones. Actually, it's going to help with the sports broadcasting.
I see.
But we're not. I keep talking about it, but we haven't got there yet. I keep finding other things that we also need.
In good time.
We've
gotten along this well.
Yes, we'll get there.
Very good. Well, thank you all for joining us on YouTube and the comments on YouTube. Thanks for joining us on Facebook and the other. What's the other one we're on?
Spotify.
That was my urging.
And it really does help if you go to YouTube. And we encourage you to go to YouTube, like, subscribe, share, tell your friends. That does help us drive more traffic.
And let's face it, we're doing this because we like it, and we hope you do too.
And we hope you do too.
Share the morning breath.
Yes.
That'll be all for today. I hope you have a great Wednesday. It will stop raining eventually and get up to nearly in the low 70s, so it should be a good day. Go out and have a great one. We'll see you tomorrow. Ahoy.